Ladies and gentlemen, we are live in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, Sportzwire Radio. And after what we witnessed last night with the most dangerous man in BYW and the way he ended last night's episode, the only way that we could follow up this episode is to, well, have a guy on who arguably might very well be the absolute best in BYW. Everyone's talking about it. TWF's live show, Summer's main event, arguably maybe the biggest non-super show in BYW in years. This guy's going to talk about it. This guy's going to also talk about how two guys that have been pillars in the Wisconsin backyard wrestling circuit showed up onto his show, into his platform, and one of those guys got a victory. And where do we go from here with that? And we're going to talk about how one guy last night referred to himself as the ROEW lineal champion, but this guy is, well, the unified champion. He's going to talk about that. Oh, by the way, he's going to talk about that guy who came on here last night. And we're going to talk about what's next for this man after what he did, arguably making history. You know, there's been a lot that has been said, ladies and gentlemen, in backyard and underground wrestling over the past several years. But the day that you're going to remember is what August 16th, 2023, when we witnessed TWF's Summer's main event, which had arguably, like I stated, the biggest live crowd for a non-BYW super show in years. This man did it. And he even said, he's not apologizing. Apologizing for what? Apologizing for what? You know, some talk about Bash at the Beach all those years ago when Hogan turned and formed the New World Order. But maybe we're going to think about, ladies and gentlemen, August 16th, 2026, when the new era of BYW was officially formed with this man here, arguably at the top of it. Some talk about Summer Bash. Some talk about Kings of the Community. Some talk about being unhinged. Some talk about, well, maybe being a headline. Some once upon a time were outsiders. Some were destructive. Some may be career killers. Some were underground OGs. Some were even resident rock stars. But none of them, ladies and gentlemen, could be the absolute best. You've been waiting for it. The backyard and underground wrestling world has been waiting for it and has been waiting for this man and what he has to say and how he helped make history. And as I stated, help usher in a new era of BYW. But before we bring this man on, he must certainly get that introduction here on the only platform, ladies and gentlemen, in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, where all music and all wrestling matters. And it is now time to bring on the champ, because you've been waiting for it. And I'm sure everybody else out there in backyard underground wrestling has been waiting for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show off here in style on Sportswire Radio, the #1 global radio station, the only platform, as I stated, that's had the WWE and Rock and Roll Hall of Famers on it, baby. So with that, wait for it. What do I do here on the Sports Report? #1 Sports Show, the man that some would say sits near at the top of the throne in BYW, and a man that has helped usher in a new era here in BYW. He's the unified champion and the TWF. His name is simply put, the man who apologizes for nothing. The absolute best, Shawn. How are we doing?
Well, we are doing great. I'm feeling great. We're here in prime time Tuesday night. It doesn't get any better than this.
Absolutely not. No, it does not, sir. After what we witnessed last night, there can't be no other way in following that up with the guy that some would say sits right there next to that guy, the most dangerous man in BYW, at that top of the throne, near it, in this new era in BYW. Boy, there is so much to get into here, Shawn Sabres. We have been talking about it here, and you made history on August 16th, 2026. But let's get into it because so many people have been waiting for this for a while. And for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform of the absolute best, Shawn Sabres, the TWF most certainly helped build Sportswire Radio. Talk to me about what it means to you to be the reigning, defending TWF Unified World Champion.
Obviously, it means a heck of a lot, because last time I was on here, obviously, you asked me the same thing, and I said it's all about the legacy. And now I'm the first person to hold 2 titles in TWF. So, I mean, it's great. I mean, look at me. I look amazing. I can get used to this right away. It's awesome. Nice and heavy. I'm going to get big shoulders now. Or even bigger, sorry. They're already pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, you're Shawn Sabres. You're the absolute best.
Right.
So, I mean, you gotta obviously be here primed and poised. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
You know, an amazing moment. You know, we talked a lot about what was to have been and the certainly pros and cons and the situation that you were in, but nobody anticipated what you had to go through. And also the people that were there that got to witness that history. That had to have made it even more special, champ. Not only becoming the unified champion and making history there with that, but also doing it in a crowd that I have continued to say here over the past 48 hours is arguably the largest non-super show crowd here in a BYW show in maybe this generation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was definitely such a crazy night that night. I couldn't believe the crowd. It was amazing. You know, I'm supposed to be, you know, not really with the crowd, but that crowd was behind me. I was with the crowd. They gave me the energy. And, yeah, it's been a tough road for me to get both these titles. Like, it was no, like, cakewalk. It was no, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, the internet title came from the gauntlet match, and this came from the main event of Summer's main event. So, I mean, definitely earned. So, yeah, it was definitely very difficult to get to where I am, and it's been amazing. I think it all was like the end game was Summer's main event. I feel like maybe the end game for what I was trying to do for how many years I've been doing backyard wrestling, but it's also the beginning of this new era. So it's crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's what to me, this is what is so special. You know, guys come on and they win a title and they've done it, and it's great. We love having everybody on here. But what you did was electric 48 hours plus ago. What you did, very few people in history can say what they've done in that crowd. Listen, I've had pro guys, indie guys on here over the years. I don't know if they've wrestled in front of that many people and what you did. The ramifications, you know, days ago, the name Shawn Anthony, Shawn Sabres, some people would have known. Some people, yes, they would have certainly heard who you were and they would have seen different stuff. They knew the matches you had with Judd Welker. There was some stuff. You had some name recognition. But because of what you did just over 48 hours ago, now you sit near the top of the food chain. What you've did, it's really, you've rocketed to the top in arguably maybe the shortest amount of time in this generation in BYW I've seen.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely very, very insane. Like I said, I was just going to say the same thing you did, but you beat me to it. Like, it was very fast. Because like you said, like even a couple weeks ago, like they've probably seen the review, maybe the match with Judd Welker. But then I started talking about this live show, and TWF's promoting this live show. And everyone's like, oh, it's another live show. And now you see the show, and now everyone gets excited because they can figure out what we bring to the table here. And that's why this was like this. That's why it was so fast, because everyone's like, holy crap, maybe this is something special here. And obviously, we bring our community. Like we live in the small towns, so our community jumps on the backyard wrestling train. And all of a sudden, we're getting like old era vibes, you know what I mean? Because I have so many people who are telling me like, wow, I haven't seen like backyard wrestling like felt like this in a long time. So yeah, there's some
I gotta tell
excitement.
you. I mean, I think for people that have been fans of this platform from the backyard wrestling side of it, yes, we are so grateful. We've had some of the greatest names in the history of hard rock and heavy metal. Yes, we've had our indie guys. We love our WWFs. We've got certainly some of the pros, some WWEs. But what you've done for the backyard wrestling fan and some of your peers, I mean, it's almost lightning in a bottle, literally.
Right.
I mean, who could have predicted days ago Shawn Sabres back on not only on Sportswire, not once but twice, but also the day we're going to remember in time of about a new era in BYW. Guys were on here and saying, oh, you know, it's winding down. It's over. BYW. It was great. I had a great time. And, you know, I'm just going to miss it. And I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And all of a sudden now, I mean, what you did, the guy that was on here yesterday, we'll get into him. There's another guy out west who's going to certainly think that he's got, well, let's say the king to the throne. I mean, so all of a sudden now it's we'll get to him. I'll definitely get to him.
I know
right
him. I know
now, him. I'm sure you'll have some thoughts on him. But look at that. Days ago, people were like, it's over. Backyard wrestling. It's an end of an era. And now it's a new era.
Right. Here we go. It's like I said, like one door closes, a new one opens. Like we got all these people who are getting ready to head out. Like they think their time is over with, but then they got all these new guys. And I think for a while, especially being like an onlooker, because maybe we weren't, like, you know, putting on our best product or we're still getting there. I was noticing that there's no one really to claim this throne. Like it feels like an open area. So then, like with all this, it felt like perfect timing. Like you said, like last year wouldn't have been the right time. You know,
no,
like this feels. Yeah. I don't know why. This just feels like perfect timing. It can't go any more perfect than this, just for everything.
No, I mean, it's like I mean, like I said, it's lightning in a bottle. Sometimes things happen in politics. They use a term about the wave. They would always talk about the wave. You know, I have a background in politics. I never forget some of the people I worked for had won, and they talked about the wave. And sometimes there are waves that carry us. And I think what's happened over these last several weeks and watching in backyard wrestling is there is a wave. A new wave is coming, a new era, as we talked about. This wave is kind of carrying us. It's carrying us back into this era where people are rejuvenated. They're excited. We saw what Summer Bash did, but in a lot of ways, that was an end of an era. But now what you've done, like I said, just literally 15 minutes, that wave has carried you, and there's excitement that I haven't seen in a long time.
Oh yeah, like it's exciting. It feels surreal to be on that, like on top, and like you said, like on almost like on the top of the food chain. And this is like being a pillar. Because we talked about being the pillar last time I was here, and it's like it's one thing to say it; it's another thing to start backing it up. You know, like even last you guys saying, can Shawn Sabres even like win? Are you gonna win? You were talking a lot of talk, and obviously I did, and I gave Nathan Cage and Joe Welker a lot of like, you know, like what I was gonna do. And you're getting me pretty good on that, but I know better now not to say so much. But obviously it still worked out. Like I said, I had tricks up my sleeve. Look at Welker. Like, let me talk about this guy quickly, because this guy did double duty. You know what?
Double duty.
Maybe he has a slight respect for me. He's getting some slight respect after all the battles we've had. And it was weird because Nathan Cage was supposed to be here, and there was rumors that he had hurt his ankle. Too sure. I was pretty locked in the whole night. And then I go out there, and they didn't tell me ahead of time. I felt really disrespected by my own company because they didn't tell me. So I get out there, and I find out with the crowd that there was a change. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go home. It's going to be a bye week, and no. Freaking Joe Welker comes back out, and he looks pissed, dude. I'm like, okay, here we go again. Rivalry continues. But yeah, I mean, the same tricks I had on my sleeve are still applied. And then it's like, obviously, I don't know what point in the video it was, but I did pull off a little chair trick. I pulled off our
that comes up later on. Yeah,
the
double trick. It comes up. It's not yet, but if you're out there right now, hit the sub button for the TWF. And these guys are marching on to 1,000 subs. They may get it by this month right now with the wave that's carrying them in this new era in BYW. So if you're seeing them here, hit the sub button because we got a lot of people here.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
been waiting for this moment. So you got to go out there and hit the sub button and watch history in the making, which was summer's main event, the historic summer's main event. We're talking about that with the unified champion, Shawn Sabres, the absolute best in an electric crowd. And let's talk about that crowd. Obviously, seeing a crowd like this, we have not seen for a non-BYW Super Show in a long time. And how did that crowd work to your advantage here?
They were behind me. I couldn't believe it. You know, I haven't exactly been the good guy in wrestling, like I said at the end of the show, but like they were behind me. They were excited. I think it was easier to get behind me because I'm also not wearing white trunks. Very brave, by the way, Jeff Walker. But man, like this crowd was amazing. Like I'm looking at the crowd. If you just focus in the crowd, not the wrestling, your hands are on their head the whole time. They're standing up. Like no one wants to sit. They're so into this. Like it was insane. And then like riding off the momentum, I started using the crowd for once. And I'm like, wow, this is kind of cool. Like I get like I feel good. I got the adrenaline rush of the crowd. And yeah, I mean that crowd was trying to help me win. They're trying to give me chairs the whole time. Like, Shawn, take my chair. I'm like, oh, I can't get disqualified. That wouldn't sit well. That would not sit well, but it was nuts. And then right here, I mean, like, yeah, count guys, like get everyone into it, man. That felt great. I mean, that definitely helped me secure this win. And it's much, I hate to say it, because I don't really care what they think of me, but you know what? They helped me that night, and I'm appreciative of that crowd.
Oh, I mean, listen, it's an historic crowd. I mean, we're going to remember this for a very long time. And I mean, how much pressure were you under going into this?
So when I originally thought it was Nathan Cage, I was trying, like, I think the pressure was to have a good match. And obviously I've been trying to become the best wrestler I can. I've been out in that ring training every single day, no matter how much soreness I'm in or how much pain I'm in. I'm going out there. And the pressure is, can I put my training to use? You know what I mean? It's one thing to go play football and go train, but like, can you actually like do the game? You know, like go through all 4 quarters. That's what I talk about. So even when like conditioning, it's like I can do a 5-10 minute match. Now, what happens when the match goes on longer than expected? Like this one is a long time, so it becomes all about resiliency, and that the pressure was high because obviously I was feeling it when coming out there. It's like now I gotta impress this crowd, and if this crowd's not impressed, they're not gonna want to come back anymore. So the pressure was all that.
And there's the chair shot, but there's the chair. Yeah. There's the chair spot.
Oh yeah, and this idiot too. Look at him. Just puts the chair next to him. The crowd's not even helping him. Oh my God! Look at it. They're pointing at him. Look at him. It's a great. It helped me. Look at them, man. They know. They're all on my side here. No one wants that.
Oh, I mean, that was. I mean, amazing. And your neck of the woods, it seems like you're the man right now. You're the game in town. That's got to even add further.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was such a surreal sight, and I'm like, okay, guys, you got tell the ref, you gotta help me here. Yeah, look at they're all going.
Yeah, that referee.
Oh man. And then everyone was confused, and then he had to announce that no one's disqualified, match is continuing. And you know what? I wasn't too happy at the time because I'm like, maybe I need to get him disqualified and retain. Cool, I still won. Because at the end of the day, people are gonna remember that I won and think it's disqualified. Maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, you talked about, and I get what happened and the change. But this is also your biggest rival in Judd Welker. This is the history that you and him have went through. I mean, in some ways, it's poetic here in the main event of Summer's main event that you and him are toe-to-toe once again.
I know, it was definitely poetic, and he's probably going to have more to say. Obviously, I don't know what he's doing. He had a really cryptic post on Instagram about the fire being snuffed out, and that something will arise from that. So we'll see what he's doing, but definitely we should expect him to try to come back for that title because he's going to pull, I did double duty, that's why you beat me. Like, shut up. You're boring. No one wants to see this guy anymore.
But you don't think that he has a point, though, in saying, listen, I had to go out there and fight for it, and you had plenty of time. You had to wait things out, and, I mean, so you feel, what about that?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I did the same thing in the gauntlet match, and he can just complain. I'm just not call him a complainer. Like, all he does is whine. He wants to go whine about that. Maybe he should have beat me, because I absolutely didn't. And I think he had a couple good chances to beat me, and he just didn't. He didn't really capitalize on it, because everything he did, I kicked out of everything, and then right here, everyone, I can't believe it. The crowd thought I lost. I can't believe they ever dealt me.
I was watching it live. I mean, I know some of us in the chat were also there watching it when you posted it on YouTube, and I thought this match was over. I thought Judd Welker was going to be the unified champion. Maybe Judd Welker would be in your spot tonight.
No. I mean, he tried, and that sleeper, it kind of brings that PTSD. That's how he first really went in that arc last year when he put me to sleep in that match. And of course, it has 15,000 views. That's so embarrassing. But obviously, now it feels better because a little over a year later, I'm getting, obviously talk about me winning. It's no longer about him. It's all about me. That's what I've been wanting here.
That crowd. I mean, there's that crowd. What a crowd. I mean, I got to say it. I mean, you wrestled in a crowd that, again, some guys in the indies don't get an opportunity to wrestle in front of that many people. I'm serious. I mean, how crazy is that?
Dude, I think it definitely feels crazy, and it's like it's a big crowd, and it's like I don't know how hard it's gonna be to replicate it, but obviously, like, we're gonna have future shows, so I'll get to in a minute because I do have a couple announcements to make. But man, it is crazy.
Some guys that showed up that a lot of people were certainly taken aback to begin the show, so a lot to get into here tonight. Buckle your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen.
Heck yeah. But yeah, it is definitely crazy. Then right here, it's so embarrassing. This is the ring is black, the ropes are black. I can't see the clips on the table, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty like out of it right now. I thought I was concussed at this point, just because everything was like so.
But you know what's on the line here. You know that this is about history. You know that you don't want to walk away and what's next for Shawn Sabres and going back down to the bottom of the food chain and this new era in BYW would have left you in the dust. You knew it was on the line.
Dude, I know. If I didn't win all this talk, I wouldn't be here right now, like you said. Like, all of a sudden, I'd be sitting here writing on a notebook. Oh, what do you know? I know it'd be impossible for me to get back because now I got to take a crack at Joe Wilker, and obviously he just did double duty, and if he beat me, that's terrible. I don't even know if I can get a rematch. That's embarrassing. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. So yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's a main event, live crowd, and seeing the amount of people there, non-BYW Super Show, arguably the most people in maybe a generation. I mean, that's what's also out there. You don't want to be that guy remembered as the guy that lost with all that on the line in front of that many people. And that's going to definitely hurt. And it didn't quite break, but it did break Judd Welker to some extent. He's stuck in the ropes and
he ain't feeling good.
I wouldn't feel good either. I mean, I don't think he's doing the James Brown. I feel good, but I think right now it's not so good, and Judd Welker's in pain, but obviously this match continues. But there you go, and it takes two to tango, and you felt that maybe even a little more so than Judd Welker did, and Judd he's been fighting, like you said, it wasn't going to be easy, that's for sure.
Oh no, definitely. But a thing you always talk about like how much pressure I'm in, and I think the whole community here is starting to figure out I'm starting to thrive under pressure. It goes back to like everything. It goes back to the gauntlet match, and it's this. You guys are starting to figure out that maybe this guy isn't all talk. I knew I like to talk, but now
you won the first match in the ring in TWF history. You're in the main event here, and you're also the first internet champion in company history, and you're right here in this moment. So it seems like some people thrive under pressure and rise to the occasion, and maybe we're looking at that in Shawn Sabres.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, even last year, like I want to say good timing. Last year I wasn't champion, if anything. Last year I'd actually just been dealing with an ankle injury, and I wasn't here. But now, a year later, here we are, and obviously that's a nasty stunner. And he couldn't still beat me. Imagine all this stuff he's throwing at me. You can't still beat me.
There couldn't be no other way to quote a name we may bring up later on. I mean, Judd, listen, what you and Judd have went through, the years and the history. I mean, he's a wrestler. He's a wrestler's wrestler. He's a throwback, and he's a thinking man's wrestler. And that's why he's giving it everything he's got and what he went through to get this moment. If you were out there right now in this chat, thank you so much for being here. Do me a favor, hit the sub button for us, but also hit the sub button for the TWF. The TWF is listen, they were once upon a time a few subs. Now they're almost at 1,000. It really got real quick. So let's help them get a little even more quicker to 1,000 subs. And there you go. Somebody subbed to the TWF page. We appreciate that. So get the ball rolling and support those who support us. And we're here with the absolute best Shawn Sabres, who's going through absolute hell against his arch nemesis to steal the name of somebody else that will be brought up, Judd Welker. My name here is the Reverend Tom Bryce. I got to tell you, man, you might be the absolute best, but Judd Welker is giving you more than his absolute best.
I know, but obviously it hasn't been enough because look who's still here. Obviously, we got a big crowd. We got 16 people tonight. That's the best bigger than last. That's awesome. Holy crap. It's awesome.
Well, because the people, they know
one thing.
They know history's here. They know that it's time. People are fired up right now. They know that the new era's arrived. And, like I said, Hogan bash at the beach. People remember that moment. People remember the bloodline forming. People remember certain moments. January 23rd, 1984. Hulk Hogan wins the WWF Championship in August 16, 2026, when the new era of BYW officially arrived. And that's what happened. That's what we're witnessing right now. And hit the sub button for the TWF. If you're watching them, you're seeing them for the first time, hit that sub button for me. They're closing in on 1,000 subs, and it's closing in on match time, game, set, match.
Dude, oh, man, sorry to interrupt. I can't get over this crowd reaction. Oh my god, I've replayed this so many times looking back at it. Just listen. Holy shit. And they stormed the ring, I couldn't believe it.
Okay, we gotta go put that on mute. We gotta put that on mute. Yeah, we don't want to get taken off the air. Sorry about that.
No,
but you got that right. Yes. Yeah. We got to put that off the air.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna swear again. Watch out.
I know. I got that.
Shawn. I've been doing this shit for 6 years.
Yeah, we're gonna mute that part because I will let that one pass. But you got the point. Obviously, you got the mic. Now I'm gonna freeze it here, and I want people to watch this in slow motion, and I want it to come up where there you go. Now we'll come up a little bit closer here, where people jump in. There you go. And let's even go back a little further to really get the camera shot and to kind of signal in on that moment where history is made here. And I want to get the camera angle. There we go. All right, we'll try to get the right spot, but all right, we'll go with that. How's that? That was the best we could do right now.
Very good.
But I mean, this is a moment in BYW that I want people to see, and those people out there behind this man. I mean, I'm serious in what this moment and the magnitude of it is for BYW and the comparisons that we've seen in wrestling history. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what this man has done. This is what this man has right next to him. That's it.
Man, yeah, it's crazy. Like everyone's trying to figure out. I bet there's people here who haven't seen the video, and now they're gonna figure out what we're talking about. Like this crowd, it's amazing, and this new era, it's gonna be amazing. It obviously doing it once, it's just great. But the question now will be, can we keep doing it? And my answer is yes, and I'll show you guys over and over again.
So it's that easy. So you're just gonna keep doing this every time out. So you mean to tell me that no, listen, you can do this every single show? And
no. Like
you got some confidence. I mean, Punk has nothing on you then, if that's the case.
No, I didn't mean it like that, but I mean like when we say we're gonna deliver, we're gonna deliver. You know what I mean? And obviously, this live show, I was excited. I want everyone to watch this, and it exceeded, like it over-delivered, not over-delivered, it exceeded the expectations. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. No. I mean, and we're gonna get to the chat. People have been waiting. I know they've been waiting here a moment, but there it is. There's that. I think the best shot we've gotten in seeing Shawn Sabres and the magnitude of those people in his town. You think about this. This is a guy that in his town right now, this is what he means. In his town, they don't have Major League Baseball. Yeah, I mean, they don't have the NFL. They don't have the NBA. Yes, in your state they have them, but in your municipality, you guys aren't near any of that. So maybe TWF is sports. Maybe you guys are that equivalent to the MLB, to the NBA, to the NFL. Are you seeing that with what you've done here in the magnitude of August 16th, 2026, Shawn Sabres? Do you feel that now all of a sudden the TWF has become your town's version of professional sports?
Oh, definitely. I think that talk, like the word was going around about it before the show, before it's all happened. But then people were like, I don't want to go risk, I want to go there and have it not be it. But now after the show, that's all I'm being asked about. That's all I'm hearing about. You know what I mean? And well, like a little bit of a spoiler here, but we do have a county fair that happens every year, every July. And right now I'm working on getting TWF there at the fair next summer.
Ooh,
so like, I mean,
wow.
that's
Well, I mean, after what you guys have done in the new era of BYW and the amount of fans that you have, I mean, it seems like I don't know what you've done, kid, but you've certainly found a way that you've got this lightning in a bottle. But it's great, and I definitely want to talk about your future with that unified championship in a moment.
Right.
But at the beginning of this show, speaking of people that I'm well aware of, and I've seen them on my platform many times, and I'm certainly very familiar with their careers in BYW, what was supposed to have been a Ray Cosmo Open Challenge turned into a 4-way match, but there were two guys that showed up there that, unless I'm missing something, maybe you could help me, in that these two guys don't work in the TWF. These two guys aren't employees of the TWF, and they've never worked in the TWF. Am I on to something?
I think you are onto something. Like I think we're definitely going to see more people show up who aren't employed.
But these guys, right? But these two guys that I certainly am very aware of and what they've done in the backyard wrestling circuit, and especially in the state of Wisconsin. I mean, these guys have certainly made quite a name for themselves, but what on earth were they doing here in the TWF?
I think like they're excited about what's going on here. I think they believe in what we have going on here, and that's great. Obviously, like we have the ring, we have the show, and now people are gonna start coming and figuring out like, hey, let me get a feel for this. You know what I mean? I think in the future, TWF will start being that spot that people are gonna go to. You know what I mean? I think that is like it's new, it's hot, like you said, lightning in the bottle. Like, why wouldn't people want to come here? So, as Shawn Sabres, you know what? I can get over it. I like to think it's my company, but if people want to come because we're doing something great, I think that's that's great. And these two guys came in, and it was pretty crazy. I was backstage, I was warming up, and all of a sudden I seen these two dudes I've never seen before. I've heard about them.
I was shocked at these two dudes because, like I said, you came on not too long ago, and there was no thought of them whatsoever in TWF. That's why I was totally confused, and I think one of those guys we're about to see on our screen, and a guy that certainly had quite a resume, and we're gonna get to him next. That's not the guy, but that's that's ALK, and we're seeing ALK and Ray Cosmo. But I mean, just what we're witnessing in these guys that you've never met them, never seen them in your company, and they just walk in to this Ray Cosmo Open Challenge. It's just wild to me.
Oh yeah, definitely wild to me. Like, back when Judge Walker first came in, I was really brutal to him when he walked in my company. I didn't want him here. I tried ending his career, which led to everything that happened after, of him crashing out on me and doing all that stuff. So I think these guys got off light because I was so focused on my main event. And I know they are definitely really good. I'll wait for them to come out before I start speaking more on them. I want to chat. Whoever hasn't seen to be surprised if they know who these guys are. But obviously,
well, yeah, these guys. I mean, I know them, and that's James Marshall. That's the unhinged James Marshall, a world champion many times over, and a man that has had an established career in BYW in Wisconsin for years. I mean, this is a guy. I mean, and what this man has done speaks for itself. It speaks to the magnitude of this show, and this guy just showed up here.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was definitely huge. Like, these aren't just like people debuting. These are allowed to call legends at this point. They've been doing this
Absolutely.
for a long time. Like, this is amazing. Like, you have legends in TWF, and TWF hasn't been around for a long time. And like, here, I don't know if you want. It's been crazy. And I don't know. I'm just saying it now. I don't know if you want to turn up the audio for this next one, but like, when this next guy comes out, I can't. This crowd was hot. I couldn't believe it. I was laughing. I was like, man, this crowd was hot for this guy.
I think for copyright purposes, I got to put it down. Sorry about that. I do get a lot of rock bands on, and I don't want to lose, my channel over that. But yeah, I mean, this guy who is just coming off few weeks prior, wrestling in the historic Summer Bash. One guy who wrestled an end of an era that's now wrestling on the day of a new era. I mean, in some ways, this guy's made history. I don't know if you compare him to Shawn Waltman, a.k.a. Six-Pac and X-Pac, but in some ways, maybe you have to, because Nicholas Crenson wrestled at the historic Summer Bash back to the beginning. It was supposed to be about an end of an era, and yet all of a sudden, Nicholas Crenson's here wrestling in a new era of BYW to kick things off in a summer's main event for the TWF.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy. And like I'm looking at the chat here. That's the most cheers he's probably ever had. Yeah, definitely. Like, it was crazy.
He's had a tough road. I gotta tell you, Nicholas Crenson has had a tough road these last couple of years, but all of a sudden, this guy, speaking about lightning in a bottle with your company, Nicholas Crenson, these last few weeks has all of a sudden become the most relevant he's become in wrestling or been in, like I said, at least 2+ years. I mean, he's been around, but he was just there. But now all of a sudden, Nicholas Crenson's career is rejuvenated. The lightning in a bottle is certainly, some of it's passed on to Nicholas Crenson.
It was definitely crazy. I'm glad TBF can help him do that, because now people are going to ask, hey, what helped, bring this guy's career back? And they go, oh, well, it was Summer Bash. It was this. And now it's going to start like really lift off with TBF here. Cause obviously we talk about the historic show and new era, and he's definitely being a part of this new era. And I think it's crazy.
He's a trivia question. Think about that. He's a trivia question. He wrestled Summer Bash back to the beginning, supposed to be an end of an era. And he wrestles here, start of a new era in BYW at Summer's main event. Think about that.
Right. It's definitely crazy for him. You know what? I guess I could be happy for him. I don't really care about a lot of people, but I could see it because, I mean, it's great. It's good for him. He's putting in the work, and I think it's very great. And obviously, I think the match was good. I think, what, ALK, Ray Cosmo, I'm very disappointed in you guys. Disappointed you guys couldn't get it done. But
yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're upset about that. And I'm sure you're upset about that. These two guys are outsiders. They don't work here.
Oh.
And they come into your company and look at what they're doing.
Makes you a little mad. Like I said, the more I talk about it, the more I'm gonna probably get mad about it. And they're lucky I stay backstage. I'm watching on, and I'm like, all right, this is interesting. I guess I'll sit down and watch. So yeah, I mean, definitely that they're outsiders that are coming in here. It almost seems like a takeover is bound to happen. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Wait a minute. You think these guys want to take over?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't talked to them myself. I've only been backstage. I really want to talk to them, obviously. They're not my level as of right now, but definitely if they want to step up to the unified champion, they're more than welcome to. I'm not going to hide from a fight. Obviously, they've come to TBUF. They can definitely come back again. But like I said,
wait a minute. So you mean to say that these outsiders, James Marshall and Nicholas Crenson, that these outsiders can come back in to the TWF? Are you sure you want to do that? You're the unified champion. You're the guy that sits near the top of the throne here in this new era of BYW, and you are welcoming these outsiders?
Well, yeah, welcoming them to get beat by me, because no one's going to beat me while I'm at the top of the food chain. They can come here because I know I'm going to beat them. Like, if they want to make Shawn Sabres look even better, well, I welcome them in. Like, I don't think these guys have what it takes to really step to the top of if they want to. I mean, that's
Marshall's been around a long time, though. Marshall's been around a long time, and Crenson was just in the ring with yesterday's guest, and some say maybe gave him one of his better matches one-on-one.
But I guess I can, So he does have some credibility there, but obviously the most dangerous man. TMG, he's the most dangerous man. Well, good luck. I'm the reality check. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but you see,
granted,
well, I mean, we'll talk about TMG later. I mean, I don't know if you want to go there yet, but I mean, Nicholas Crenson and James Marshall went to your house. They've come in here, and it seems like these guys can hang and in some cases beat your guys. And now you say that they should show up more often.
why not? You know what I mean? I mean, some people are probably like, "What the heck?" You know what I mean? It's definitely different. I think I am more of a changed person from a few years ago because, like, when people used to come to TV Life, I was not welcoming. But now, obviously, if it's gonna help my company, why not? Because when they bring their viewers here, bring their viewers.
But these outsiders may want to take over what you've built. They may want to take over what you fought for so long.
That's a good
They
point.
may want to take over this lightning in a bottle you've created.
Yeah, that is a good point because it's funny because now they're just showing up. They weren't here when you weren't nothing. So you do bring up a good point. You know what? I like that because these guys weren't here when maybe last year when we were trying to get somewhere. You know, they're only here because of this little bit of a resurgence for bringing the BIW. You know what I mean?
Right.
But definitely,
they see the writing on the wall. They see the tea leaves. They can read them. As I mentioned the wave earlier, they want to ride that wave, a wave that you've created, not them.
Right. You know what? I think you do bring up a good point. I think I should come on here more often. You're like my wise man. You know what I mean? You're like, help me out here. Yeah, I like this. I think we should talk more often. This, you know what I mean?
You came on here last week. You're here this week. I mean, we're trying our best. We're trying our best. We're only doing the best we can. We're gonna get to the chat in a few minutes. I promise you. But just in closing with these guys, James Marshall and Nicholas Crenson, you say though that there's room for them to come back should they decide to come back to the TWF.
I mean, if I'm them, I think no, because they're gonna get beat by me. If they want to step up to me, they're gonna lose. They're gonna embarrass themselves. You know what? It's fine. But you know what?
Right, and you brought up TMG. You brought up TMG, and Crenson couldn't beat him. And you've got size on him. You've got weight on him. You've got your own home fans behind you. And Crenson should certainly just forget about coming back here because if he couldn't beat TMG in a neutral zone environment or a neutral setting in your environment with what you've got around you, I mean, Crenson might as well find something else to do.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, he can probably go wrestle ALK again. You know what? That'll be. I don't even think he'll beat ALK. Let's get the pink ski mask guy in here. Let's get a local talent. We gotta at least make him look good. Let's get him in a filler match. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
he ain't doing anything. Yeah, you're right. Like, he probably shouldn't come back if it doesn't benefit him. You know what, Crenson? I'll have the company hit you up when we get some local talent around here. Okay.
Well, I tell you what, right now, there's a lot of people that are very talented in the chat, and I want to get to them. And before I do that, I would really appreciate it if you have a chance, hit the sub button for the TWF. Yeah. We just got one. We got one more sub, so we're right there. We're almost there. So if you're here right now, do me a favor, and I see some new people that have joined the chat. If you have a chance, I'm going to get to you shortly. Please hit the sub button for the TWF. You are seeing a new era of BYW. A lot of people have talked about a lot of things, but this is the man right now that is near the top of the food chain in ushering in this new era in BYW. You're going to remember that day, August 16, 2026, when the new era of BYW was officially ushered in. And that's the guy right now who's the unified champion of the TWF. So hit the sub button. I want to say hello to Jason Parker. Jason's joined us. I want to give him a shout out. Jason, thank you for being here, my friend. Hit the sub button for the TWF, and we'll go to everybody now because they've been waiting. And I want to give them that opportunity. And we had somebody here 8 hours and 48 minutes ago, Skells 2K, who I know is a big fan of you guys, waiting for Super Sabres at 2:28. We don't get this too often on Sportswire. We already started 6 hours early. Well, unfortunately, I was in Midtown Manhattan today, so I couldn't start early. I was actually in a recording studio, so sorry about that, but we're glad you're here now. Also, I came from the link on Instagram, and I see there are already comments. Yeah, we'll be back at 8:15. You got that right. And we even more comments. We're reading them off. Zilla was here. Thank you for being here. We had countdowns. That's how excited people were. And also, we have the All Wrestling Matters archives page for whatever reason wanted to chime in and saying that they have a good feeling about this one, which, I mean, that's great. Obviously, we talked about Summer Bash and the end of an era. The new era of BYW has arrived. And if you have a chance, I do want to put up the All Wrestling Matters YouTube channel. And I see a ton of people out there that if you have not yet subbed to that channel, go out there and sub to it. You'll see Summer Bash related content, and also the likes of Nicholas Crenson, who certainly is a trivia question. Nicholas Crenson, ladies and gentlemen, is a trivia question. He is the only man to have wrestled in the new era of BYW and their show, and also at Summer Bash back to the beginning. I see a lot of new faces here, or faces we haven't seen in a while on Sportswire, so this guy is definitely bringing it. So hit the sub button for Wrestling Matters, hit the sub button for the TWF, and let's get rocked. And I'm excited. Here we go. Who else we've got? Yeah, a lot of people are here, and I've got a lot of comments, so I'm going to just not ask you any more questions. But yes, 3 hours. And speaking of people that came in early, and I don't know why this guy is here, because I thought he had obviously moved on and was a part of the end of an era. But there's Shawn Jovey, the first backyard wrestler to have come on Sportswire. He's obviously the resident rock star, and he had to say this. Heard this kid says he's the best in Wisconsin. Not sure how that sits with Wisconsin's resident rock star. That's a rather peculiar comment from Shawn Jovey. What do you think about what the resident rock star of BYW and all of wrestling had to say?
Oh, that's definitely interesting. You know what? I am the best in Wisconsin. If it doesn't sit right with you, that's fine. I don't care. Do something about it. If you don't want to do something about it, cool. Whatever. That's definitely interesting. He was here early for that one. So yeah, definitely
interesting. Yeah, well, I mean, we're seeing people that they've been waiting for this, man. They've been waiting for you, and we're giving it to you. And obviously, we see that the TWF has also arrived. Management, yes, we have countdowns. Thank you so much for the countdowns. Yesterday was the countdown to extinction. Now it's the countdown to the absolute best Shawn Sabres. We got 6 likes already. I think we had 8 at one point, 8 or 9. And we had people waiting, which I don't get too often, but it's a big show. Don't call me out like that. Well, there you go. Started early. Well, I think we technically did. Obviously, we see some fellas out there. This kid from Wisconsin, I heard about him. Maybe he's got it going on, or next young rock star. Could be. I mean, could be. Shawn Sabres. We gave you the intro, although my voice hurts a little bit from it. But hey, we got to do it. When I interview rock stars, they don't usually like the intros. We give them like a condensed one because they have a certain amount of time, and it's like when we get guys like you and Shawn Jovey or TMG, we got to go full throttle.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Now, apparently, Shawn Jovey, though, says
you got more.
What's going on here? Wisconsin's only got room for one rock star? Let's be honest. What do you say about that?
Yeah, that one rock star is me, buddy. Like you said, you're gone with the old generation. You can keep with the old generation. Now, all of a sudden, all you guys want to talk crap to the new generation? Come on. I mean,
so you kind of see the same as TMG did when he talked yesterday on Sportswire about these guys like Shawn Jovey as an example, about hanging on and passing the torch, and there is no torch, and because guys like you and say TMG have the torch, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Yeah, I definitely have gotten that torch. No one can do anything about it. You know what I mean? There's no torch passing anymore. I just have the torch. I lit my own torch.
Aaron Blaze said the same thing in the chat yesterday. Guys like him who've been around, certainly a peer of yours, but is more experienced, has said the same thing. And TMG was vocal about it. And now you've joined in with those two individuals saying the same thing, I see.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's I lit my own torch. No one gave me anything. No one gave me a rub. You know what I mean? I did this all on my own. I've earned it, and I've lit my own torch. And it's burning bright right now, and it's going to burn for a long time.
Oh, it's burning bright. You're on the stage, baby. That you're in the same chair of the likes of a Hart family member of Saturn. So put it that way. You're in the same chair as Rhino was once upon a time, and Raven. You're in that chair. So, yeah, your star is definitely shining bright right now. And that is Shawn Sabres. And keep telling yourself, that kid, that he's like,
it's like he knew. It's like he knew
tonight. Boy, Shawn Jovey's channeled his inner pre-Summer Bash going after you. I mean, you've never met Shawn Jovey, right? Never met him, never talked to him. So I'm just confused.
I think I think we shared his first name. I think he's still jealous, maybe, you know.
Do you think it's maybe because he sees the success, or what do you think
Definitely, yeah.
it is?
I think you said it right there. He sees the success and he sees these new guys coming up, and you know what? He might want to test me. You know what? Like I said, you aren't too far away from me, Jovi, and I've done some research on you. You know what I mean? I've done the research on you. I watched Summer Bash. I think you're an amazing legend. You're an amazing wrestler. You've done a lot for this community.
He did.
You are talking a lot here, and it's interesting because you were someone who I thought was good. Was done. You know, Summer Bash was it. You know. And now you're talking to me, and now, I mean, that's what Shawn Sabres does. You guys got to figure out that I'm the needle mover. I'm going to start bringing these people back because they want a piece of what's going on here, and who wouldn't at this point? So now you guys are seeing this new era, and this new era is bringing these legends to want to come back. It's bringing new fans. It's bringing a resurrection to all backyard wrestling, and I think it's amazing. You know what? It's interesting that he's talking a lot. So, I mean, Jovi, if you want some, you know where to find me. Like everyone says that, but I mean, like, obviously, I'm not too far away from you. If you want to come get some, I'm open. I don't think we're going to see him here anytime soon. Obviously, I think he's just talking the talk.
Really? Wait. You mean to say that you think Shawn Jovi is just talking the talk? So you think that he don't want to smoke with you? Is that what you're telling us right now?
I don't know. He definitely watched that main event, and I think he's going to realize, I don't know if I can keep up with Shawn Sabres. I don't know who can at this point. So, I mean, if he wants to try,
in Wisconsin, I think in Wisconsin, right? Who could keep up with you? I think that's a great question.
Yeah, that'll be a question. And if someone wants to try to, you know, battle that, let's see. Good luck is all I can say. Don't embarrass yourself. It's one thing to come in TBUF, or one thing to talk, and then it's not backing up. There we go.
So it's almost like a boxer that sometimes hangs on too
long.
So you think Shawn Jovi, if he were to step, for whatever reason, now obviously we know what he's talked about, but if for whatever reason Shawn Jovi did meet you one day, that he would end far sooner than he would expect.
Well, yeah. There's no remorse. I don't care if you're a legend. I'm gonna put you away like I would for Jed Welker, Nathan Cage, anyone else. I'm not going to be, oh, man, get back up. Come on, now you're going down. And if I can beat you fast, I'll beat you fast. I'll do the Goldberg treatment, spear jackhammer.
Oh, my goodness. Between you and TMG, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? The new era has arrived in Shawn Sabres. I mean, you've got confidence like, you know, TMG's in his own world, and in your own, and it's certainly the one that may be the most confident member out there I've seen.
Oh, yeah. Nothing wrong with being confident.
Talking to a guy like Shawn Jovi and basically saying the things you are saying. I mean, very interesting.
Well, yeah, I know I can back it up. Like, you guys can say, oh, man, he talks so much. He's confident. But like we saw, Surf main event.
Yeah.
I backed it up.
I mean, what you did in front of arguably the biggest non-BYW Super Show crowd in this generation, that does certainly speak for itself. I mean, maybe it's our equivalent to WrestleMania 3. Maybe it is our equivalent to Hogan and Orndorff 86, or Hogan and Andre Saturday night's main event, the rematch. I mean, I don't know what you compare it to, but Shawn Sabres has got points. And speaking of people that are in the chat that have also returned to the ring, and we're going to see them in the great state of North Dakota tomorrow afternoon, that is the madman Zach Castle, and he says Shawn Jovi will always be the rock star no matter where he goes.
Maybe in your heart, but definitely not in Wisconsin anymore. Definitely.
So Wisconsin, you're the man right now. Shawn Jovi, he's not the man anymore in Wisconsin. Just to make sure.
No. I don't think he is. Obviously, he's gonna let this new era come in, and he's gonna realize, oh, my torch is done. There's just nothing to pass.
Well, it's like you and TMG, and even Aaron Blaze said there's no torch that's passed because you guys have held the torch, and that's really, there can't be no other way. And I mean, we're reading pre-show comments. I haven't had that in a long time. And, it's getting good. And thank you to Ox McCoy, the IMF Hardcore Champion. We appreciate you very much for tuning in. Hello. Yes, hello. A lot of people are out there. Also, yes, thank you very much. And we are now live officially. And there we go. Hello to Zilla. Hello. And he did break the fourth wall in saying, go Pack Go. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully Packers do well in a tough NFC North. You know, arguably the toughest division in sports, I would say. So definitely keep that in mind. If you're out there, please hit the sub button for the TWF. We really want you to support them. We have a big crowd, and I want to keep that going. So I want to put the link back up for everybody, and I'm going to put it once again if you're joining us in the chat, because there's a lot of people right now in that chat. I'm going to get to you. So hit the chat there. There you go. Hit the chat button for the sub for the TWF. So there you go. We'll come back to your comments. There you go. Here, who else we have out there? Well, a lot of them. It is getting good. Who else is there? I can't read. Oh, Woo Riders. Yeah, Woo. I mean, open up DMX. Open up shop. Whoa, there you go. Raiders. Yes. Hopefully they have a better season than they did the last few. The crowd gave me GBYW and era vibes. I think you're off to a good start, kid. That's what Shawn Jones said, despite some of the earlier stuff.
So yeah, see, in all pre-show, he's gonna talk all that stuff. When I come on here, I feel like there's a little like an aura around me, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, people won't want to say the same stuff they did before when I'm on the show, because now they're face to face with me, you know what I mean? But yeah, I appreciate it, Joby. I appreciate you coming to your senses a little bit in front of.
And maybe you have that chip on your shoulder because you have been around for a while, and it took you this long to get to the dance. It took you this long. Yes, the lightning in the bottle. You made history, but it wasn't always like that, and maybe that's why you have a feeling with the likes of a Shawn Jovi and what you've went through to get here.
Well, yeah, definitely. Like I said, it took me a long time to get here, but now I'm here, and I'm still young. I'm 19 years old. I got a lot left in me. Even some of these other guys, I know Aaron Blaze, TMG, are older than me. Like, I'm young, you know what I mean? And I'm doing this at age 19, and like I said, I'll be here for a long time. I'm gonna do this forever. Like, I have a passion for wrestling, you know what I mean? And this is all I wanted to do all my life. So yeah, I definitely like, and all this stuff, it's all kind of starting to come together. It doesn't matter how long it took. I mean, I would rather it take forever, because now I'm learning all this stuff. I know what it's like on this journey. I've been through all the ups and downs, and I wouldn't even be here without wrestling. It's a weird story, but my mom and dad met at a WWF back in Green Bay, and it was like 1998, and that's how I was, that's how I was brought into the world. And now it's kind of crazy that what I'm doing now is wrestling, and it's what I've always wanted to do. So, like I said, like, this is all like so surreal to me, because for a long time, I'm not journey, like you said, I've been here for a while, and I do have that chip on my shoulder because it took me such a long time. And there were times in that journey where I'm like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Because hasn't gone the way I wanted to, you know what I mean? So it's definitely, I had some questions on that journey, but now we're here. So it definitely feels great.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to look at it. You know what? Whatever the reasons, the circumstances, but you made it. Ultimately, that's the way it goes. And speaking of people from Summer Bash, the man that was the founder of it and who hosted it, 3 of the last 4 Summer Bashes, Quick Strike Johnny Velocity, wanted to say good evening. Also, interesting comment from Shawn Jovi. Very interesting comment here. I would like to get your perspective on it. He says that fact, I'm reconsidering taking back my Swan Song card. What do you think that means, that Shawn Jovi says that he's reconsidering taking back his Swan Song card?
He's reconsidering stepping away, I think, because all of a sudden it's kind of bad timing, because that Summer Bash is kind of like a send-off for a lot of people. And then all of a sudden there's this wave, and now that a resurgence of backer wrestling is here. And I know what, I don't blame him for wanting to reconsider. I mean, I think he wants to come back. I mean, who wouldn't? If I'm in his shoes and I've been around and I've been wrestling through just like, not, I wouldn't want to say dark time, but more like so low of backyard wrestling. And now, like, maybe I'm like, this is probably it. I'm gonna hang up the boots, and all of a sudden, boom! It's like, well, what the heck just happened? I understand completely. I mean, yeah.
So obviously, him considering taking back his Swan Song card, you feel you've contributed to that, or nah?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I don't think he'd even be here right now. I definitely contributed.
I figured you'd give me that answer, but I figured let me just ask it in the way and see what you think. And interesting. And he said it's wild. Yeah, it was a wild moment. Taking a step back, it was wild to see what you've channeled. I think that's really interesting. And I want to say hello to Rick Del Santo of the Pro Wrestling Wire. I want to keep my thoughts with him and his family. His sister had passed away last week, so I hope everybody keeps him in our prayers. We love Rick and all the things he does in the great state of Connecticut. And there, let's keep going. Yes, hellos, a lot of hellos for a big fight field crowd. there's another Wisconsinite on top of the food chain, not just Wisconsin, but in the community as a whole. Do you think that he's referring to you or
Who else?
something?
There's no one else. Like I said, I'm like
Jen
Wisconsin
Welker?
this guy. You're funny. You're a funny guy. Oh man, no, not Jed Walker. No, he
No.
can't back it up anymore. No, not Nathan Cage, not Jed Walker, not anyone else. He's obviously talking
Is that
about
something
the
that
absolute.
motivates you that you want to see Wisconsin be relevant in BYW? Is that something that, we always talk about Ohio, Michigan, in the past, Iowa, Pennsylvania, certainly in backyard wrestling and all of wrestling. Pennsylvania is one of those strong states. Oregon's obviously been mentioned. We'll get to them in a little bit. But there's certain states that are synonymous with wrestling or backyard wrestling. Is that something that motivates you and that you want Wisconsin to maybe be back where it once was?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because there's like a lot of like stuff I can do with what we have here, and there's a lot of stuff that's just not possible. But I think bringing Wisconsin and bringing it up to the top of where backyard wrestling is like at its best and its biggest is something I can do. And it will take more than just my company. It will take more than just like just me as a whole. It will take I mean, and I think I can lead the charge of that. And then knowing at the end of the day that maybe I brought wrestling to new heights in Wisconsin, you know what I mean? And that feels amazing. And that's definitely something we can do. And that would be one of my end goals, is to bring back our wrestling to an all new high back in Wisconsin. Because there's probably so many people out there who are already doing stuff in Wisconsin and wrestling. Like before, like even like about like a year ago, you guys probably didn't really know of me. And obviously we've been pretty big in Wisconsin. Like it's about trying to get everyone together and try and do something great.
And if you're out there, and I see a lot of people out there, hit the sub button, please,
holy crap,
for the TWF. So definitely go out there and hit the sub button for the TWF. I can assure you that if you're out there, we'd really appreciate that. We thank everybody that's here, and we thank all the backyard wrestling companies that are out there. I want to shout out LBYW in North Dakota, the great state of North Dakota. Definitely holding it down. So you're out there, and they've been a huge staple in the North Dakota wrestling circuit and backyard wrestling. Really, I mean, they've been at the forefront of it. I mean, so they've done a great work, and I want to get to some more comments. So we have so many of them. Like yesterday, we have so many of them. I forgot where we were, but yeah, I don't know why I can't click on them. We'll have to go back. Okay, here we go. Now I see you. Speaking of people that have certainly been scouting you. That is from the EWA. That is Hubie Jenkins. Hubie, the Tuna Dog Jenkins. We've talked about him in the past.
Tuna Dogs, yes.
Yeah, Tuna Dog guy. Yeah, Tuna Dog guy. Yeah, that's all you need to say, Tuna Dog guy. Hit the sub button for the TWF. We got that up. Also, what's going on? Obviously, from our friends here in Detroit. Definitely what is going on. Checking us out, maybe out there from the other TWF. And, what do you think about that, though, in the two TWFs? TMG talked about it. I mean, what was your thoughts on what he had to say about you last night?
Well, it's definitely interesting. And he deems that we can't be timeless. You know what? I don't want to be timeless. I'd rather be Titans. And I think we're going to be Titans in this industry. That's the whole point of the name, is that we're going to be Titans of backyard wrestling. But it's definitely interesting. I do see maybe TBUF versus TBUF in some capacity down the road. Like if TMG, like he says, we know where to find him. He knows where to find us. And if he wants to talk, let's see if he can, back it up. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. But I thought it was interesting. And obviously everyone's been mentioning me as of late. And that's like, he talks about it. Well, everyone wants to talk about me. Well, you know what? He talked about me first. So, I mean.
Because you weren't mentioning him first. He did it.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, so obviously that you didn't really have any thoughts on TMG until he brought it up himself. I mean, it was something where I think the tone, the interesting thing was last night when he spoke about you, it was a far different tone than when he talked about Johnny Velocity, or he talked about Jack Delta as an example in ROEW who's back, or he talked about James Taylor certainly, but he talked about differently. I mean, obviously being a peer of yours and what he's done in his state and what you're doing in your state, maybe he knows deep down that there's more. Hey, this is mano a mano.
No, I would agree. I think what he's doing for Michigan and for all of his stuff. I think it's great. And I think it's great that he's out traveling. And I know I'm very happy for him because I remember watching him last year, talking a little bit last year and stuff. And no, I'm happy for him. And
there's a similarity there too, because TWF, a lot of people didn't really watch the other TWF, Timeless Wrestling Federation, and they were kind of all of a sudden got introduced to them, I think, a little bit with Jason Storm. Yes, we brought the Jack Delta thing up, but Jason Storm kind of brought them a little bit out there in the forefront, but not until recently as TWF all of a sudden, and from TMG's side of things, now your side and what we've talked about throughout the entire evening has certainly been done. You made history and he's made history in his own right. So, I mean, I think there is maybe a lot more similarities than maybe one would meet the eye. So maybe there would be a day that you would meet him.
Oh, yeah, and know that they would come. Like I said, I'd like to wrestle him. I'd like, do something. I think because this is going to be a clash of eras at some point. Like that someone should host that, like a clash of eras. You know what I mean? That sounds like a really marketable thing.
Clash of the eras. Well, I mean, but you and TMG are part of the same era. When I look at guys like
I mean, Clash of Pillars or something. You know what I mean?
Well, you can figure it out. I mean, listen, now guess what? The battle of the TWF, the winner is TWF.
Right? I see what you did there.
Obviously, we know Shawn Jovi had his swan song, but if it ever was you and Shawn Jovi, the winner is Shawn. No matter what, the winner, Shawn wins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see what you did there. But yeah, that's a good point. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. That was we try. I do have a friend of mine who was a stand-up comedian. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We got a couple of more subs for you guys since, so we're moving closer to the number. And speaking of people that are here who you spoke about plenty.
Oh boy, I'm so scared.
What about that? He put the clock there. The clock is ticking. That's his reference. What do you think that means?
Clock's ticking. I think he just wants to be part of this new era, and he will be back. Like I said, I'd be welcome to come back. And that might be a weird statement coming from someone who was like, I built this, but you know what? It takes people to add on to something I've built. And I think he can add on, and you know what? And if he wants, you know what I mean? So that's where I kind of get that from. Cause he's like, well, you built something and if people are coming in, I don't think you're taking over. They're not going to take over as long as I'm here. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, you're the unified champion. I'll tell you what, I don't think, the house that Shawn Sabres built is not going to collapse with Shawn Sabres living there. But Nicholas Crenson says clock is ticking. I mean, I don't know what that could mean.
No, we'll find out. I don't really know what that means either. I can only make predictions, can only take guesses, you know what I mean? But definitely if he thinks that he's going to try to come to the house that I built and trying to buy the house from me or take the house from me, you know what I mean?
Well, Metallica famously had on the Load album the house that Jack built, and James Hetfield would sing "Ain't the House That Jack Built," and something tells me it's the house that Shawn built rather than the house that Jack built. And you do have a little bit of James Hetfield's haircut a little bit on the Load album, but we'll certainly see as somebody requested me to get Metallica on Sportswire. We'll have to see, keep dreaming, but who knows? We've had Megadeth on, so maybe we'll get lucky. Thank you to our friends in Kentucky holding it down for us, and J-Rod. We love Sportswire. He's here. Wrestling is more than a sport. Well, look at who's here tonight. I mean, look at the amount of people that are out there. And there you go. Thank you very much for being here. Hello to Nicholas Crenson. Hello to J-Rod. And also thank you very much for Shawn Sabres. Yes, he might be one of the GOATs. Not sure about me. But here's Shawn Jovi with a very thin-veiled comment towards you. You beat a guy in a whitey-tighty trunks that looks like a Timu Andy Samberg. By the way, great comedian. I think you need a more impressive opponent. Now, what do you think that means? Because, I mean, there's some opponents I think we didn't see you and Nathan Cage. Obviously, Nathan Cage would be a very impressive opponent. We were promoting that match here. So if he's talking about that, I would absolutely agree with Shawn Jovi. I would love you and Nathan Cage to go at it for that unified championship.
Oh, yeah. He got stripped of the title, but he still hasn't lost. So, I mean, that match is always going to be there. He's undefeated, hasn't lost in the ring. He won the world title from ALK like that. Like, the world title was in Joe Walker's hands for over a year, and all of a sudden, boop, boop, it switched, and it was insane. And you know what? I think Joe Walker was impressive. So I don't like 100%, agree with the statement, but Joe, he's been impressive. He's a good wrestler overall. And I think double duty and, putting me to my edge there. Definitely very impressive. But like I said, I mean, there will be people who will come because now it's like I've won the title. Let's make this reign more impressive by beating these big names. And Nathan Cage, I know he would be coming back soon once he's healed. And you know what? Like if Nathan wants to add himself to the list of people I'm going to beat in this reign, and he can definitely do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, listen, I think Nathan Cage is obviously next in line. So if Shawn Jovi's saying you need a more impressive opponent, I think he's talking about Nathan Cage. Wouldn't you agree?
I would definitely agree. I definitely agree. But I mean, what if Nathan Cage isn't back in time? Like Nathan Cage did exactly what I thought Nathan Cage would do. Last time we were here, I called him a placeholder champion. I said what happens if he wins and gets injured, and no, he didn't even get to the event. He was exactly as I talked about. So you know what? At the end of the day, I was right about that. Nathan Cage was the placeholder. He held this for like maybe a week.
You did bring that up. Listen, you did bring that up, and the situation was what it was. But hey, I mean, listen, that's why we're here in the new era of BYW, and you're the guy on top. And I mean, so I guess there couldn't be no other way.
Right. No, I definitely agree. Unfortunate what happened to him, you know what I mean? Because we call it the ankle curse. You want to make fun of me for an ankle curse? What happened to you? I think it's very funny. I think we should all be on the lookout. Don't make fun of my ankle injuries because it might come back at you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we don't want to wish anybody injuries. And Algoma, Wisconsin might have it going on. So Shawn Jovi certainly, I mean, he said a lot tonight for a guy that, I mean, we know is going on to do great things. He's in action for the IMF coming up this Saturday. Huge shout out to them. TMG announced he'll be wrestling there this Saturday also. I mean, but for a guy that said, this is his swan song, he seems to be talking a lot about what you've done.
I mean, who wouldn't want to talk about that? I think he is very impressed with what's going on here. He's been, he said some things to kind of like come at me and be like, oh, it's only company one. And then he will congratulate me for the show. And he thinks I'm off to a good start. So it's good that he's talking. I've done something right because he wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
We had 20 people on the live stream at one point. So whatever you're doing, the lightning in a bottle, I mean, certainly keep it going. And if you're out there right now, I got to keep pressing it because we want to try to get 1,000 subs and every sub counts. Every single subscriber counts. So hit the sub button for the TWF. We have now 18 on the stream. So let's get there. Let's get them to 1,000. And some of you who have 1,000 subs, share that link, and we're going to get to your comments. We have a lot of people who want it, and we're going to do that. I mean, I'm not going to ask you any more questions at this point because people just want to talk to you. And I'm going to keep. Well, listen, give the people what they want. I think you actually have more people right now on your live stream than a recent RVD live stream. He goes live Thursday nights, and you're beating RVD. I mean, so
we talked about that this time's even better than the first time. I think last time we had like a max like maybe 14, 15, and we had a max of 20. So this is like
20. And TLG had like 15 or 16. I mean,
and I was here 9 days ago, like you said. There, we might everyone just found out about me, but now we're back, and they obviously want to learn more.
There's excitement. So I mean, we announced Jack Delta's returning to Sportswire soon. I mean, people are going to be buckle your seatbelt. I mean, so it seems like that's the way it's going. And hit the
we're at 20. We're at 20 right now.
There you go. And hello, thank you to Darcy. Hit the sub button for the TWF. Pretty sure there's no indie scene in Algoma. Looks like you got the territory. So now Jovi's ceding the territory to you.
Oh, I mean, definitely there's no competition around you. I live in a really small town. That's why when I do mention like my location in Wisconsin, say Green Bay, everyone knows Green Bay. But yeah, we're like 20 minutes east of Green Bay. We're towards the lake. I'm actually next to the lake. And yeah, I mean, there's no one really around here. I mean, Green Bay, there's some good wrestling around there, obviously. And then we got wrestling all over the state. Obviously, my stuff I'm not really familiar with, but I will keep learning as more I dig into backyard wrestling. Because
right now they're learning about you. Right now, what you did is they're learning about you. So, I mean, we're going to continue the chat. Yes, TWF versus TWF, and the winner is TWF.
Right, yeah. Mr. Stand-Up Comedian over here.
There you go. There it is. The Battle of the Shawn sounds like a never say never situation. But he had his swan song already.
I know, it's crazy. I think I'm this new era, especially me, are gonna want to bring people back.
You did. You brought them back.
Yeah, we got many people.
Yeah, you brought them all back, it seems. James Marshall and Emo Elvis have entered the building. Well, that was Nicholas Crenson, and that was James Marshall, and they entered the TWF. And yeah, James Marshall and Nicholas Crenson, there you go. That was the most cheers Nicholas Crenson's had. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Crenson's absolutely rejuvenated. There's no denying that. He's also a part of a trivia question. He's the only guy to have appeared at Summer Bash back to the beginning, the end of an era, and then also at Summer's main event presented by TWF, the new era of BYW being ushered in. So there you go. Thank you, J-Rod, for that. Yes, I agree about that. Another example of if you build a ring, they will come. Well, you know what?
It happened.
Days ago, who was Shawn Sabres? Now? I mean, you're right up there. And, there's another guy that we haven't talked about that calls himself the King of the West. He's the guy, the GOAT of BYW. And he has been a mainstay on. He's a young guy. He's been around. And have you heard of this guy, Comatose? He's the BTW champion. He's been an accomplished wrestler for a long time, like you in BYW. Younger guy. I mean, have you heard of him, Comatose?
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him. I've watched a couple of their shows. I believe they have the BTW Solutions, and they have events there. I think the product's really good. I like watching that once in a while. Haven't done as much research as the other guys, obviously, but I would like to do more, obviously. You brought it up. And probably after the show here, I'll definitely go look more into it. But I know he's definitely a pillar, and he's done a lot for the community. So it's nice because obviously I could always claim to be the one person that brought it all back, but it does take a team effort in the end. Because with more, it's better, like one, it can be one person, like just one big team, like Kings of the community too. That's everyone coming together just for one big thing.
Absolutely. No, I think Comatose, he's doing a great job because he has been trying to get a lot of interest in backyard wrestling. So, I mean, we talk about this date and this moment, but it's guys like Comatose that helped backyard wrestling get to this moment. So Comatose is owed a lot of thanks. RJS and the guys out west, some others holding it down, North Dakota, LBYW, Aaron Blaze. I mean, so there's definitely a lot of people that Maxwell Reeves, BCW, and his guys, Caden Gals. You look like Caden Gals a little bit too, a little taller, not as big, but those companies too that have been here and holding it down to the moment that we got. I mean, they deserve a lot of thanks and gratitude for continuing to go out there till you came in. So definitely, like you said, there's no I in team. I agree with you. And well said. We'll keep going, and we'll keep going. Also, James Marshall, the so-called chess ball. I don't think he went to say cheese ball. And thank you, Jason. Gave Jason a nice little shout out. We got Jason. Jason. We say it.
Look at this.
Now, thank you, Jason. We appreciate you. Speaking of people, this guy has now re-entered the chat and said, "Did I retire too soon? All these new fans coming up are awesome." Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. He's retired. You could definitely. I mean, if you ever want to come out for one last match and want to unretire for one more time, I mean, definitely.
TMG said that he should get the match with Johnny Velocity because he said Darkron retired, not Johnny Velocity, and you just said, "Hey, you'll give him the match."
I mean, he can pick, but obviously, I think the answer at the end of the day is probably definitely going to be me. Because come on, where else would you want to be? Where else would you have one last match? I mean, come on.
Well, if you're the guy that's got this lightning in a bottle and you're the guy that's got the fan, I got to tell you what, you actually do make some sense because we saw the fans that you have. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's certainly very enticing for any wrestler to wrestle in front of that many people. So maybe that's something that a guy like Quick Strike Johnny Velocity, the ROBW Prestige champion, thinks about. Hey, if you build it, they will come. Field of Dreams took place last week. And if you build it, they will come. You built a ring, you got fans, and maybe that does entice guys like this.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And just before I forget, we do have 2 live shows coming up. Not live shows. So our next show is September, and that will be TBUF Revolution. And that will be September 13th. And that will be just our, standard YouTube recording show. And October 17th, Halloween Bash. We will bring back the live crowd. We're going to have everyone play dress up in the crowd. It's going to be a crazy time. Like you guys think like Summer's main event was crazy. This is going to be crazy. because
I don't have I don't have to dress up because I look like this every day. So every day for me is Halloween. Just kidding. But obviously, we want everybody to go out there and support the TWF and hit the sub button for them because I have a lot of people out there still, and I really want to hammer in that support of them because we're getting them closer to 1,000 subs. So if you have a chance, we got you a couple more tonight. So
heck yeah,
hit that sub button. They're almost there. 1,000. And we'll see. We'll keep going. So if you have a YouTube channel, maybe we'll play along. We'll put everybody's YouTube links up here. We'll do that probably because you do have a lot of people. Let's keep going. We're way behind in chats. Here we go. Yeah, this is there you go. Oh, speaking of people that I have certainly seen a lot in backyard wrestling, and he's another guy that's been around, and his name's Jacob Frost, and a guy that's you think about guys like Jack Delta, and Jacob Frost is another one of those guys that's been around a long time. He's got history with Comatose, RJS, and said hello. He's also from the Midwest. I think we talked about him last time out, and he says hello.
Well, I will say hello back. I mean, like I said, all these guys are tuning in for me. Obviously, there's some spark going on. Obviously, everyone wants to see what I'm all about.
Because they're not turning in for the mutton chops. They're not tuning in for that. They're tuning in for you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would tune in just for the mutton chops.
No, they're tuning in for you. We appreciate them tuning in at this point. We'll take, as I was on an election where we won by 13 votes and we took every vote we can get. And this point, we'll take every person that we can get and we thank them. Yes, Johnny Velocity certainly pushed a movement. We're here thanks to Johnny Velocity and Shawn Jovi. Worth the wait. It was worth the wait. Get it? Wait. We definitely, yes, it was worth the wait. Hit the sub button for the All Wrestling Matters archives. Also, hello to Michael Christian, Snacks and Suplexes. Yes, All Wrestling Matters. Michael's done a very nice job with his channel. Check him out. And didn't Shawn Jovi retire? Well, he said he was, but I don't know now anymore. You just never know. Hello to our friends in the IMF who we heard the announcement last night that TMG was wrestling there. He's going to wrestle Omen Black in the PWF show. That'll, I think, take place before their main show. So, obviously, scouting future talents, maybe. Shout out to the IMF. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, where you can buy a ticket to their show coming up. A really exciting show. All Out Warfare. Really exciting show. Jason Storm's going to be in action. We talked a lot about him the last couple of days. And this is another kid that DJ Storm has to show what's up. Obviously, DJ Storm is kind of Hubie's contemporary to peers like yourself and TMG, and TMG has been in the ring with DJ Storm in the ladder match. So there you go. Also, 10-hour drive, not bad. I can certainly give you Mr. Frost's info if you don't have it already. I can do that. But, I can make it even easier because I can put up your Instagram page so people can follow you on Instagram. I mean, we're pushing the subs, but maybe you haven't seen TWF's Instagram. So check out the Instagram page of the TWF where you can find out more on them. And maybe you want to watch a show and visit the TWF. They're in Wisconsin and they're near Lambeau Field. So definitely give them a shout out. So thank you very much to everybody out there in the chat. We say hello. And thank you for your support. Thank you for what you've done for wrestling. And shout out to the IMF as well, because they're also giving a lot of guys like TMG and others an opportunity to be out there in the ring. And I think that's a very important part that, it's like basketball. You got to give everybody a shot and give them a shot. If you're in the Cedar Rapids area, go out and buy a ticket. So TF Crew put on a show in Connecticut. A lot of guys came from this platform and they did it in front of over 100 plus people, and IMF will do the same thing. So give them a follow and give them a shout. Here we go. Let's keep going. And also there is Soldier GP. There you go. Saying he took the torch so we dropped it so we can level up. Well, I mean, we'll see. Well, there we go. I'm not dead yet. Keep talking, which kind of follows back up that comment. Shawn Jovi might do a trick. I didn't know you could do that. Well, technically you can do a trick from when you're dead to alive. I don't know if you ever heard of the band Motley Crue, but Nikki Sixx, a man I know a little bit about. I interviewed his former singer, and he actually was dead for like a few minutes.
Oh, wow.
He lived. Yeah, he was regurgitated, and he was on heroin. I don't recommend you doing heroin, though, but there's a famous story about that, but he's done it. So I hope Shawn Jovi doesn't try the Nikki Sixx, but it's in the Heroin Diaries book as well. And better watch out about the resident rock star. Yeah, I tell you what, a lot of stuff going on here. I don't trust Shawn Jovi with corn on the cob. I don't think Wisconsin's known for corn on the cob, right? You guys are known for corn on the cob, right? Are you?
No, we have a lot of corn around here. I'll say that, but I don't think
Okay.
we're known.
Do you have a cornfield like on your property, right? Because you have a big property. I saw.
Yeah, I can go look right down the field. And there's corn.
I think your probably property is probably like as big as anything I would have in my own city. So there you go. Sabres doesn't know what it is. There you go. Shawn Jovi's a lot of comments about you tonight. What is up, Soldier GP? How you doing, Soldier? Soldier's doing a lot of things, and shout out to Pro Wrestling Storm. So a lot of stuff there, and corn nunchucks. Is that a thing? But nevertheless, hello to our friends in LBYW, Legendary Backyard Wrestling in North Dakota. How far are you from North Dakota again, by the way? How far are you from there?
I'm gonna go
like 10 hours.
Right I would assume.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get the exact. I'm gonna get this exact.
Well, while you do that, give LBYW a follow. They're trying to get to 2,000 subs, and they've been on here for a long time. So they have a show tomorrow. It's actually Throwdown, and they're going to have the Psychotic Freak and the Madman Zach Castle wrestle. So if you're around at 2:00 Eastern time, I'll be in the chat and give a shout out because the Madman who's here right now is going to be wrestling. So be there. I'll be there in the chat. Hope you'll join me and watch them. So check them out. Who else is there in the chat while he does that? And I got to still give you something.
Wow.
Also, no Pack. No, he's not a Packers fan. Yeah.
Don't worry. I'm a part-time Packers fan. If you look over here,
you're a part-time Packers fan. You're from Wisconsin.
I'm a Jaguars fan, but I got the Jordan Love jersey. Oh crap! That's my camera up.
Well, my condolences to what happened to you guys in the wild card round. Sorry about that.
Yep.
But,
I hate the Bills.
Yeah, sorry about that. Seahawks Nation. J-Rod's a Seahawks fan. So we got some interesting football teams. I like to joke since I'm in New York City, my team doesn't play in New York. It's in New Jersey, but the Bills do play in our state. But our governor's from Buffalo, so she kind of has basically christened them as New York's team. I can't blame her.
Right.
Maybe it'll get her reelected. Hit the sub button for the TWF. Shawn Jovi, by the way, has the RCW championship. Now, the RCW championship, as of August 31st, is going to be suspended. It's paused. But the way Shawn Jovi's talking to you, let me ask you a question, Mr. Shawn Sabres. And I don't know if this is out of bounds. And we've been talking a lot tonight. But what do you think about me bringing Shawn Jovi back on this month, his 20-year anniversary in BYW? And what do you think about me asking him about some of the things that he said about you on August 31st? What is your thoughts on that?
I mean, yeah, he can definitely, I mean, if you bring him back and I'm sure he has a lot to say. Obviously, I'll be there, I'll watch, and I'll be there to respond to everything he said. But it's definitely interesting. He's all to say. It's something I'm not expecting. First time I was here, he was just figuring. I didn't think he knew what I was. I think it was the day after, a couple days after, where he found out who I was.
It's really, you don't have to worry
really
about that again. Everybody knows who you are. I mean, you literally went from before 10 days ago, who knew you, to now. I mean,
right?
Look at who's lined up for you.
No, I wasn't even supposed to be here for a little bit, and then it came back. Like, the excitement's in the air. Now everyone knows. I mean, the viewers are crazy on this. It's been
I mean, you got numbers that a lot of people, on a live stream. Yes, I've had Iron Maiden on, which will beat you. I've had that, but that's Iron Maiden. They're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But do you think though that Shawn Jovi, I should ask him about on August 31st about maybe, I don't know about he should wrestle you or not, because obviously it's the end of an era. But that RCW championship, maybe he should give it to you, because obviously, since he said he's pausing it in BYW, and since you are the unified champion in Wisconsin, maybe Shawn Jovi, in a sign of respect, right? And now what you've done and seeing the comments, maybe in a way that Shawn Jovi should make things up to you. Maybe on August 31st, he should come on here and relinquish that RCW championship to you. What do you think about that idea?
I mean, that sounds great. I mean, real English, and obviously people are like, "Oh, he didn't win the title," but you know what? It's whatever he wants to do.
Done and honoring Wisconsin and
making
Wisconsin relevant in BYW again in this new era. And I think that's why he should certainly give that championship to you and relinquish it to you, since he's obviously end of an era. He's going out and doing great things in IMF. They've moved on. Soldier says they've leveled up, whatever you want to call it. Great. We want to thank them for their time here. in backyard wrestling and underground wrestling, like Shawn Jovi, since he's moved on from backyard and underground wrestling, I mean, he should relinquish that championship and give it to you, right?
No, I understand. It's like The Rock in WWE when he has the People's Championship. I understand.
Right.
That's what it makes you think of. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think
he's going indie. He's going indie. He's making the jump. He said it on. He was making that leap to indie. Obviously, IMF. He's been a part of almost every single one of their live shows. They've done outstanding. They've done awesome work. And I think we would all support his decision 100%. So that's exactly why when he comes on here, I'll ask him to relinquish that championship and let you do that championship justice.
I think that sounds great. We'll see what he says. Obviously, I'll be here that day.
I know. That's the question.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I think that sounds like a great,
yeah,
great question.
I'll be happy to ask him if you think so.
I got room right in my waist for that title, and then you know what, we can winner take all. I'll keep going. That'll be pretty high stakes. Whoever would beat me to at 3 titles all of a sudden, no man.
Yeah, well, that's what I think. Listen, I mean, you're the unified champion. What better way to unify and exemplify why you're the guy at the new era of BYW?
No, it's like unifying eras. Then you know what I mean?
Pretty much. That's what I was thinking. Shawn Jovi will be here on August 31st. I hope you tune in. That's the cue. There you go. Yes, prayers to Rick. Please pray. Everybody pray for Rick. Thank you for your support. At 19, I was breaking bones. 31, I'm a dad pushing my friends to be the best. Remember 3 words, leave no doubt. That's Michael's advice to you. Very well said. Some great advice. It's great seeing people give the advice, that positivity. That's what it's about. Everybody doing great things and that's what it should be about. And I'm happy that all the different individuals from different places are. Yes, praying for Rick. And also, shout out to J-Rod. He did a very nice thing. He bought a Rebel shirt. Obviously, Rebel, with what she's been going through in AEW, this horrific thing, ALS. And really, he's been leading the charge on that. He bought a Rebel shirt. So please support her and keep your thoughts and prayers out there for her. And, North Dakota is definitely going to be, I think, a lot more on the map, especially with the madman Zach Castle. That's for sure. Thank you, Michael, for subscribing. And you got another sub from J-Rod.
Yeah.
Praying for Rick. And honest take, this another Shawn Joe. Boy, you got a big crowd. I don't think I have to ask you any more questions. Honest take, TWF is the closest thing to reviving Wisconsin backyard wrestling full force, especially after everything that's happened of late. I mean, what do you think about that?
That's big. Yeah, it does. It's huge. That's basically, it's one thing to say, like, I brought in a new era and I'm a pillar, but it's another thing to get the nod from a legend. You know what I mean? It's definitely, that's surreal. I mean, that's definitely something I can say. I'm
exactly right. August 31st, when Jovi comes back to celebrate 20 years in BYW, he should come on here, since we know he's suspending RCW, to reactivate that and hand over that championship to you.
Like, yeah, I mean, it sounds great. That'd be awesome. Be the easiest thing ever. Not easy. I mean, it'd be easy getting title, but I mean, all the years of earning it, man.
There is a new hope. I think there is a new hope in BYW. Absolutely, yes.
It's weird.
And guys like you, guys like the Madman who came on here a few weeks back. The Madman got a lot of people excited. I mentioned Comatose. I mean, certainly TMG. Guys in BCW. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are certainly doing that. I mean, Riley Bates is around still. Got to give him a shout out. Although I think the Alpha may not want me to have mentioned that. But speaking of the Alpha, I mean, there you go. North Dakota maybe shows up to Wisconsin. Who knows?
You never know.
You never know. And TWF is only going to rise up higher and higher. They are the future. Yeah, they are the future. They are certainly the future. But actually,
now.
Well, I was gonna, thank you, because I was gonna say that because TMG said he's the now, and I think the future's arrived. It's arrived. It's certainly arrived.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. It's been arrived. Yeah,
More comments. Hit the sub button for the TWF. Please do that. We want to make sure we support the TWF as much as we can. And thank you, everybody out there. Please continue to support them. Also, let's get to more comments. There's endless amounts of them. And reuniting the backyard wrestling community. Yes, they did. And they're doing it the right way. not being tie-toeing liars. I don't know what that means, but I'll just take Shawn Jovi's word for it. And we appreciate Shawn Jovi. He was the first backyard wrestler to come on my platform. So just want to point that out. And also, thank you, John, for being here. He said I'm here.
Shawn, you're hello. Welcome, John. Welcome, John.
Well, thank you for being here. I hate more Hall of Fame. He meant to say I have more Hall of Fame entries than Comatose. Comatose will be back next week.
How many is that? How many are you
talking?
I
think like 12. I think he's about 12.
Oh my gosh.
Also, you look like Avery Styles.
No, I do. I get like similarities to everything. I get like.
And Alpha was just thinking that. And there you go. Yeah, we're getting a lot of facts here. Yeah,
oh God.
TWF. I noticed that when I first came in, but it took me a minute to actually comment on it. Well, there you go. I mean, look, you're compared to something. You definitely have done a lot of good things. And since the other Shawn is here and he's trying to get to 1,000 subs, I'm going to be a gentleman and a Rhodes Scholar. Actually, I'm not a Rhodes Scholar. I'm not a gentleman quite, but I am going to make sure that we get a sub for Shawn Jovi out there. He's trying to get to 1,000 subs and, hit the sub button for Shawn Jovi. Really appreciate that very much.
Oh, yeah.
And,
subbed.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Oh, you didn't sub till now, boy.
No.
Well, thank you.
I didn't know you. I didn't know you. I was on the Instagram page.
Well, there you go. Well, that's why we put the subs up. Here we go. How we doing? Well, we're here at the 135 mark, and we've got this many people here. So, and that was yesterday's show. We followed that up. Yeah, there you go. That's a fact. Yeah, I missed the start. Well, there you go. There's management from the IMF. Shawn Jovi said maybe I send a scout with you to take a live look at this company. Well, yeah, I think everyone's taking a live look and hit the sub button for IMF since Shawn Jovi's been kind enough to bring them in. They have a show coming up this Saturday. Yeah, they have a show coming up, and I think Jason Storm's going to be there. Our old friend, I think Jacob Frost wrestled there once upon a time. If he would like me to say that, Anthony Steele's there. Omen Black, a lot of superstars will be there. Felix Jones, How about the Future arrived a few years ago.
Oh yeah,
Felix Jones, Jason Myers, a lot of great talents that are there. And I have the wrong YouTube link because I'm an idiot and I can't see. But there you go. There's the link I wanted to put up. Thank you very much. Hit the sub button for the IMF. Somebody hasn't done it. Give him a sub. And every sub counts. All subs matter. There's the Madman. He'll be in action tomorrow. Thank you for the AI comment. North Dakota is 2 states away, 8 to 10 hours. I'll take the 10 hours. I didn't realize that. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's 11 hours from my location, so not bad.
Wow.
It's a boring drive, though. Dude, it's like this. This is Wisconsin. There's North Dakota. It's like this. It's literally what it is.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a crazy drive.
That's kind of like my hand right now. Since I broke my hand, it's like when I want to turn it, it's like my hand goes like this. Oh, it's kind of like my hand right now. It's still 6 months later, and it feels like I broke my hand like yesterday. But it's all right. I'm still holding the mic. Let's keep going. It's actually 6.5 hours from Minneapolis, so double that. So that's a long time. 13 hours, 12 minimum. Yeah, that's a long time. It's a lot of turns driving. If you speed like a madman, you can beat that time always. God rest his soul. My dad was a driving instructor, would not recommend that. And check out the Madman tomorrow. And obviously beta testing here. It's 5 hours from Green Bay to Minnesota. Stay tuned, America. Bismarck, North Dakota. Love Bismarck. RCW never dies. Shawn Jovi said he never dies. Reigniting. And he said, it reignites when it's cold, but for its flame, it never fully goes out. So obviously, we'll make sure to relinquish that championship for you, right? Tomorrow, when we mentioned it, August 31st, it reignites August 31st when we give you that championship, right? Yeah. It's 11 hours from Bismarck to Algoma.
Not bad.
I'll give him, we have the TWF Pro Instagram page up. We'll put up. Same time from Green Bay to Bremen. Also, the Alpha said he'd like to make it to Summer Bash. I'd like to see him. The Alpha's coming back on very soon on Sportswire. I hope that you join me when he comes on and I'll ask him about it. Mm-hmm. Also, Soldier's going to give you some advice. I think you should listen to it. He's been pretty successful in his own right, so he knows a thing or two about this. Good luck, kid. You caught lightning in a bottle. Hopefully we see your company continue to thrive and go from backyard underground to Andy like we did. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the name of the game. I mean, he's not wrong in that the goal ultimately is you should move up the ranks. And he did it kind of in a quick amount of time, 2023, 2026. You know, he has guys like Rory Fox and Austin Bayless wrestle in his company that have certainly have a history. Rory Fox, especially. I'm sure you heard of Talk is Jericho, right?
Oh yeah.
Rory Fox was on there. Rory
Oh,
Fox
nice.
wrestled on WWE programming, so
Ooh.
that's who they. Yeah,
Okay.
they've done very well. Their company.
Heck yeah.
Also, gotta leave them Reapers behind for that. You know, you don't need them to be the best. Remember who you are, the Alpha. Watch when the opportunities arrive. And also, Kentucky wants to come in. You know, Kentucky.
Yeah, that's where we
How
got
far is
the.
that's far, man. That's
Yeah, that's
far.
where we got the ring from. So it's
Oh
the ring.
wow, maybe
Yeah.
you got it from J Rod.
Maybe they gave it to me. No, we got it from Monster Rings and Cages, and then
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't think
came
J Rod
straight
was
from
there.
Kentucky straight to Wisconsin. So really
Wow.
awesome.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Well, I'm happy you got the
Expensive.
ring.
Expensive, $1,000 for that, like on a dot. It was insane.
Yeah, I'm sure it cost you a lot of money. Yeah, I'm sure that we need to get you to 1,000 subs for YouTube ramifications. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
certainly the point. Well, we'll get J Rod some subs in a minute. You are definitely a pillar in a short amount of time. On the real side of the business, it's crazy and great and crappy and all in one. I've met a lot of great people. I've met a lot of crappy people. But if you ever need advice, I'll send you his information. It's a really nice comment. That was actually it kind of makes sense. He's not wrong. It's Dimebag Darrell of Pantera, God rest his soul, used to say that heavy metal and hard rock or rock music was like Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors. You never know what you're going to get, and that's kind of the wrestling business in a nutshell. As well as said, it was very, very astute comment there. Hit the sub button for Shawn Jovi. There's the Alpha. You're doing great, kid. Keep up the great work. Yeah, that's for sure. You're definitely doing good work. Also, there you go. Hit the sub button for IMF. Shawn Sabres is the man. And how did you come up so fast? And does the ring hurt? There you go.
Oh yeah. I still feel it right now. No, it's weird because when I did training, like the next morning, my neck could be like insanely painful. Like not like it's just really sore, getting used to the ring and all that stuff. So coming out of the main event last Saturday, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna wake up in so much pain. But I didn't feel too terrible. Then the next day I get worse. Next day it gets worse. Next day it gets worse. Dude, oh my god, I think it's painful. Let me tell you. Oh man, it's not, because when we did have the other guys come in, they were like, this is a pretty stiff ring. So obviously, having some legends say the ring is a lot stiffer than what they've been on. I mean, yeah, I feel like if you guys do want to come, you be ready. This ring freaking hurts, man. Like I've got bruises on my back.
Yeah, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. I mean, it's definitely not a joke. And you have even more people on the stream. So I want to give J-Rod a little plug. He wrote me a nice little message on Facebook. So hit the sub button for his channel. He's trying to get to 100 subs. Somebody go out there. I got 19 people. Give him a sub. We've put your channel up in some cases. So give him a sub as well. And all subs matter. So maybe that's the next hashtag. But give him a sub. Somebody out there. We got 19 on the stream. Give him a sub. So there you go. Yeah, thank you. There you go. Let's keep going. Also, I want to say hello to people that'll return next month to the platform. A man that has certainly accomplished overseas. Yes, overseas. That's right.
Overseas.
And the Mr. OG himself, Yoshi Matsuda, the ghost, acknowledges the double champ. So fresh from Japan via Australia, you got Yoshi Matsuda. Everybody's out there coming in for you right now.
It's amazing. It is one thing to draw a crowd. It's another thing to draw a crowd from everywhere. The time zones are different. It's probably, what is it, like daytime in Australia?
Yeah, it's 12. He's 12 hours ahead.
Well, holy crap, in the future. It is Wednesday for this man. Oh man.
Yeah. Well, he wanted to say hello, and everybody's out there doing that. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Sweet, shout out to our friends in Wrestling Zero out there in Australia. Yes.
Yeah.
The land down under. And brought us Rhea Ripley. So yeah. She's married though. But we'll keep going. Hit the sub button for J-Rod. And also, do you guys have a low boy or a tall boy?
A low boy. It's a little bit cheaper. I didn't really want a big ring, especially for backyard purposes. I mean, I think a low boy was, what was it? It was $2,000 cheaper, and it was less steel bars than one across, so everything was cheaper. And just I think it makes it a little more stiff because not much bounce. But yeah, the low boy, definitely low boy. It was I think I like it. So I feel like if I got a regular one, it'd be hard to jump up on, especially because it's dirt around the ring and it's sloped dirt. So it'd be like I definitely I love the low boy. I think all these backyard companies should probably start with a low boy for I mean it's easy for everyone. I feel like to get in, especially when you do have like the older people who likes to wrestle. I think it's nice for them. That's just my opinion, though. I haven't had an actual ring. I've been in an actual like big ring, but I like the low boy.
Well, I was gonna make the joke that now I don't drink, but you ever go to sporting? I mean, you're a Packers fan, so you definitely go to football games.
Oh my God,
you're half a Packers fan, and they go low boy or it was a tall boy, right? Maybe they go tall boy. I don't drink, but I mean, you're too young, right? You shouldn't be drinking. Although your friends were drinking at the show. But,
oh man, they're bad.
But they say tall boy. I don't drink still. I actually don't like the taste of drinking, but some people do. My mom's in a band, my brother's in a band, my friend's in a band. Hit the sub button for J-Rod. Thank you very much. I want to watch them live, and I know not Zero anymore, but I promoted the brand. Congratulations, Shawn. You deserve this more. Well, I mean, I think he means that Shawn Jovi should relinquish the championship, right? That RCW championship.
Yes, that's what it sounds like. It's a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I was going to give you something here, but we have so many people out there in the chat's just going to keep taking over. So
I know.
And obviously, yes, and I mean, so what's next? So we've got September 13th, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that will be
17th.
Yep, he remembers. He got it. Yeah, so September 13th is will be a TUF Revolution, and we're still working on building that card. I'm gonna find an opponent, but that will not be a live show, which is sad because I think if we do a live show every month, it would ruin the hype of it. You know what I mean? So it's like we're gonna keep this one a normal YouTube show. It'll be a big show nonetheless, and yeah, I mean, whoever wants to take a piece of me next, I mean, you come get some. Obviously, we got TWF 52 coming up. We don't know when that'll come out, but once the stars align, we'll get that posted, and then once that's posted, we'll figure out who is next. I mean, there's a lot of people who want to like come against me. I mean, then October 17th, very exciting. That will be our next live show, and I expect there to be some probably new faces again. Maybe some people returning. So yeah, I mean, October, man, I'm excited. That's a Halloween, and one of my favorite, what's it called? Holidays.
Yeah, I guess is Halloween a holiday out there for those in the chat?
It's a good question. Now, some people despise it, but I don't know. Just something about Wisconsin fall Halloween. I love it. You know what I mean?
Well, well, if you're happy, I'm happy. But I will give a plug to Yoshi Matsuda because he has a YouTube channel, and I do want to give him a plug. He's got some music he's working on, some other stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, check him out. Give him a sub. I would really appreciate that. There you go. There's his channel. He got a lot of content. He has some big hits out there. So people say they love Halloween. So there you go. Hit the sub button that's TWF's channel. Now we're going to put up Yoshi's channel, and I have Yoshi's channel right in front of me. The wrong link. Follow TWF anyway on Instagram, and also there you go. There you go. Hit the sub button. I will get to you. Have more comments. I'll keep going, and I'm still here. Halloween's a big time. Yes, Haunted Hellfest, which we're going to talk a lot about, and LBYW is coming up. They have a big show. They have a lot. And by the way, Throwdown is tomorrow, 2:00. I'll be there in the chat. Hope you join me. And well, he's up next. And J-Rod loves Halloween. Also, I will give you Soldier's info when we're off the air. If you ever like to train and become a pro, these guys have done that. There a lot of the IMF guys have gone out with Pro Wrestling Storm, and they've done that. So if you'd like to certainly be pointed in that direction, I'll still give you his info regardless. So you can have it, and that way you can see what's up. But there you go. This is more people than last time. Yeah, I mean, you have more people now than you did last time.
And we thought that was a lot too.
Yeah, well, you know what? Yoshi's got a YouTube channel. If you're out there in the chat, I need at least one sub for his channel. And sub, there you go. One. I need somebody else. Give him a sub. He's got some music he's working on. Give him a chance, and there you go. 17 people on the live stream. You got 17
I'm the
on
number
YouTube.
306. Number 306.
There you go. See,
Yeah.
who takes care of the people? We do that.
Okay.
And you know what? That's exactly why I do want to do this. And obviously, I'm going to share my screen, and I'm sure we'll get into some more things. But I would imagine this will certainly add to the evening there for you, and the historic last few days that you've had on Sportswire Radio. So I'm ready to do it.
Boy.
And especially for those that are listening and
Your drum
watching
roll.
here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, I got the drum roll, but I don't need it because
Oh, look at that.
congratulations. Yep. There you go.
Heck yeah, look at that double champ.
There you go.
Does that count as 2 times because TBUF, or is it just this like soloing it this time?
You go with 2 times. I mean, it's
Yeah.
yours. We'll give it to you when we're off the air. But
Yeah.
Congratulations. I mean, you got 16 people out there on
Dude,
the
I
live
gotta
stream.
like get this printed off. I can stick it right there. Look at that. It's
Yeah,
like
you
it's like
can do
it's
that.
made. It was like made
Yeah.
to go right there. Look at that. Heck yeah.
But you do
Heck
whatever
yeah,
you
I
want with
appreciate it. Heck yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I really do. That's awesome. And the first time the
So-
TBF got one, it's amazing. Heck yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously we've talked a lot, and I realize that people want to talk to you, and I'll give them a few more chances to speak with you. But is there anything else you want to promote or talk about that we haven't got a chance to cover?
I don't know. I think we pretty much covered everything. I mean, we talked about it, the new guys in TBUF, not new guys, the legends coming to TBUF. We talked about Jovi. We talked about TMG. Talked about TBF as TBUF. Talked about what's
There's
next.
one name though. I mean, I should bring up. I mean, there's obviously one of the name I left out. This other guy, but James Taylor, nah, don't bring him up. Right? TMG's got him covered, right?
Oh yeah, TBF for now.
Got him covered.
But I mean,
But
like,
Nicholas Cranston, what do you think about him? He should still show up, right?
I mean, hey, there was a part of that match that there was that it was not really brought up that much. We didn't know what was going to happen as a company, but I mean, he can cash in his title shot. He did earn a
I was
title
going to
shot.
actually ask you about that because I wasn't sure, because the stipulation was in the beginning of the match that winner would have an opportunity at a title shot. Now,
Mhm.
Nicholas Crenton was the winner of that match. I mean,
Mhm.
that's something that maybe is something you're thinking about, or what?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if he wants to be the guy to face me next, and that's what's next, sure, go ahead. Like I said, he'll probably embarrass himself. I mean,
All right,
I
because
feel-
after what TMG did to him, I mean, you're nothing like TMG.
no. That's like I said, it'd be like Goldberg. You know, it's gonna be too fast. You know what I mean? I'm saying.
I mean, if he couldn't beat TMG, I mean, there's just really, I mean, there can't be no other ways. And he should maybe, like I said, if he were to do something with that opportunity, it's just, he shouldn't do that with you. He should just maybe want to wrestle another match. Maybe he'll want to wrestle Judd Welker.
Oh yeah, I like to see that. I like to see Joe.
Not a
Walker.
match, be a match. It'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
fun.
Match. Heck yeah.
Absolutely. But we'll see. I mean, obviously, we'll see
Mhm.
what the future brings.
Dude,
And
that sounds like a
obviously,
money idea. That's like a good idea. I feel like
I-
Joe Walker and the Crenton should square off when the winner faces me. I mean, that sounds pretty good.
I think we'll
Yeah.
certainly see what the future brings. TWF has a lot of stuff in the pike.
Oh, heck yeah.
Definitely go out there and check them out. Follow them on YouTube, Instagram, and I mean, I think at this point we'll have to see what the future. And don't sleep, Crenton. Well, Crenton, I don't know if he sleeps or not. Yes, Soldier and Matsuda saying hello. Great, very
Mhm.
good. We'll talk about that. He's back on next month. We'll talk about that then,
Mhm.
and he'll be watching you, and he can't wait to see you out there one day.
Heck
There
yeah.
you go. Never know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it means a lot to have all these guys in here who are just like, they're so excited. Like this community is so welcoming in that way. Like, you know what I mean? Just like
Yeah,
the advice.
I think as we get ready to sign off, I think tonight was really that people, not that they wanted change, but they have wanted change, and that this
Right.
is the moment. I mean, yes, we were building to the moment. Obviously the Madman came on here. I think he was setting the wheels in motion. Comatose has certainly been laying the groundwork for it. You've seen TMG, the Aaron Blaze has been hanging around. But I really think what you've done in these last 2 weeks has led to this moment. And I think that that's what we're looking at. People, they've seen change. And it kind of just didn't know it if it hit them. And there you go.
I mean, it's amazing. And like, yeah, I think we definitely needed a change. We definitely needed something. And I think tonight, like once again we've proved that we are on to that future, not in the future, like we're on to the present, we're on to the now, we're on to the next pillars and people who are going to be rising.
Yeah.
And
I mean, people talked about these pillars for weeks, right? These
Right.
pillars on Sportswire. But it seems to me like, I think in this new era, it's been ushered in. And it seems like, again, I don't know who's number one. I don't. But I know that you're near that top of the list. You can throw
yeah.
other names out there. But in this new era of BYW, I mean, you're definitely the guy, at the very least, is number one in a date, in a memory that's going to live on. You're
Yeah.
number one in the fact that you did something. You were a part of a moment that people, I think, are going to remember for a long time. And you rejuvenated backyard wrestling. Whoever's the best pound for pound, that's always going to be up for debate. But I think there is no debate in that you rejuvenated backyard wrestling in a matter of days. I mean, there's guys that have been carrying and waving the flag, but there's one thing in waving the flag and what you've done and the amount of people you brought to the table, the amount of people that your peers are here. I mean, you have rejuvenated backyard wrestling.
Heck yeah, and I didn't, like, that means everything to me. It's one thing to try and do it, but it's obviously, like, I've done it and it's great because I'm being recognized and I think it's amazing. Like, backyard wrestling, man, I love it. It's nothing else like it.
Yeah, me too. I've always been a backyard wrestler. I mean, I want to make it clear. I do want everybody to go out there. If you can, get out there. Certainly train. Go out there. I see a lot of the IMF guys have done it. I see TF Crew. D'Angelo LaFlame, the guy D Savage who's done it, wrestled Tommy Invincible. Everyone knows Tommy Invincible. There's a lot of guys. Mickey Vargas.
Oh, Tommy Invincible, love that guy.
D Savage was on this platform. He wrestled him. Mickey Vargas. He has like 30 million views on Instagram clips from what he wrestles, like, hardcore legends. Necro Butcher, Anthrax. I mean, he's been in there with some really heavy hitters. There's a lot of guys that have been on here were backyard wrestlers that have gone on and done some really amazing things. But so I definitely encourage that. But I think backyard wrestling has always been where I think it's the best. I think there's something about backyard wrestling for me that gives me that excitement. And I think the people feel the same way. And I think that it's a very special, unique community. And I'm all Wrestling Matters all the way. And backyard wrestling, I wouldn't be here today with the support without backyard wrestling. That's why I continue to support it. And what you've done, I mean, you have certainly rejuvenated that interest. Like I said, it's always been there. No question. It's definitely been there. And there's been people that have waved the flag. You mentioned kings of the community a little bit. There may be a time we talk about that. Guys, again, that have certainly been a part of the scene. But what you've done in that live crowd and these last 2 weeks and guys coming in that didn't even work for your company, and the best is yet to come. And I think I want to pass the baton to you and give you some closing thoughts. And anything else you want to plug, share, or say, my friend, the floor may be yours.
Plugs, share, or say. I think just definitely, like, just to cap off everything you said, like, this is a new era. And if there's people out there who are like want to do this, man, like, do this, and we gotta start supporting each other. Because I like that we're in this community. We're all able to support each other. Because, like, there's no I in team, like you said. Like, and it's what's gonna take. Like, obviously, I've rejuvenated backyard wrestling, but now we gotta keep going like this. We
gotta keep it going, right? Good point. Because, and I think especially for some of the people in the chat that were here before when we were making the move, when I see like some of the IMF guys, but some others in general, right, where backyard wrestling had this movement, right? We had this community, and I think that the mistakes from then, we learn from them, and from this second chance, whatever you want to call it, this new opportunity, that we learn from that, and we come on and work together. There's no I in team. The support, we support everybody, the positivity, and that's what it's about, because we learned, we saw what happened, and we know what not to do, and we know what we need to do, and to continue, because we've been given this moment. We saw with TMG yesterday and the electricity he brought in, what you've brought in here tonight. You'll see some other people come back on here in the coming days. And that's what we have to do. We have to go out and continue that positivity. I said before we sign off, all Wrestling Matters isn't just about what form of wrestling. It's also about how you use wrestling to help those in the community. You've done that by obviously putting a show together, Summer's Main Event. So using wrestling and your standing in the community, whether it is to make a difference at the church, whether it is to make a difference by helping out the animals, whether it is to go out there and help the homeless, or whatever you can to use your post to raise awareness and positive change. That's what I think is going to pull us together, and that rising tide that lifts all boats, and the best is yet to come. So I think that we've learned from the past. We've learned from some of the things and some of the people that were here and the first time, but now since you've brought backyard wrestling back again, and we now know that we're going to have this second life with some of the other guys that have been here that you're going to be integrated with. We've learned from those things, and now we know what we need to do. I think that's basically, the bottom line.
Oh, yeah.
And great stuff. Great stuff. Hit the sub button for the TWF. And remember, the goal is to level up. Yeah, don't get comfortable. Well, definitely don't get comfortable. And, we've been too comfortable tonight because we've been on for 2 hours. But, it's time. My voice is starting to hurt. So it means it's time. If my voice is starting to hurt, then
my eyes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. We are family. Yes, we are definitely family. And that's why we're back. And we've learned. And I think we're more inclusive. People are still tuning into you. So I'll just say that. So, they want to see you. They might be here all night. I mean, it's like the wave, But definitely hit the sub button one more time for the TWF. Hit the sub button for all these companies in any form. Support them. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe to us. You will see the TWF one very soon. And I will remind Shawn Jovi August 31st when he comes back about relinquishing that RCW championship to you. Just saying.
I got it.
All right.
Hopefully, we'll see. We're gonna see a triple belt Sabres here.
That's champion.
That's truly Super Sabres. Then I guess a comment before that's Super Sabres.
Super Cena, nah. Go to BYW, nah. Most dangerous man in BYW, unhinged, nah. Headline, nah. Destructive, outsider, career killer, nah. No, it's now the unified Super Sabres. That's what it is. Super Sabres.
Oh,
yes,
man.
And great to see you too. Next month, Matsuda will be here, and we even got him a couple more subs. I think everybody else got a sub tonight. So all subs matter, and thank you everybody here for tuning in. That is the man right now who certainly has made history in BYW, the day that's going to live on here. August 16th, 2026, a Summer's Main Event where a new era in BYW was ushered in. He's been holding up those championships for over 2 hours for good reasons. He's the unified world champion. He, some would say, is the absolute best right now, who sits on top of the throne in BYW.
He knows it.
That is Shawn Sabres.
Yeah.
That is up for debate, and if he is. But I'll tell you what he is right now is a man that has certainly rejuvenated backyard wrestling and brought us something that I don't know if anybody would have saw. They would have thought they would have saw again. Although I will say Copper Dragon, for whatever reason, I will end with this. Copper Dragon told me months ago that he believed that backyard wrestling would be rejuvenated again. His exact words to me in a conversation we had, that he believed in backyard wrestling, and he believed that backyard wrestling would come back and come back to the way it was. And boy, ladies and gentlemen, as sure as Copper Dragon was, backyard wrestling is back. And it is back thanks to the likes of the absolute best and the man that has rejuvenated backyard wrestling, the unified champion himself, Shawn Sabres. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We will be here Thursday night with Kingpin of Super Southern Wrestling. Yes, he will be here. And until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, on the number one global radio station that is Sportzwire Radio, where all music and all wrestling matters. And thank you for your support over the years. Thank you for rejuvenating backyard wrestling. Thank you for who you've brought to this platform. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for backyard wrestling. And I will continue to support backyard wrestling. And I will continue to support all wrestling matters, because it's for the community and from the community. And Shawn Sabres, ladies and gentlemen, he has done that. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you Thursday.